Who's ready for some NFL bourbon? I know I am. Do yes, you are, Chris. You are the first one here. What's going on, brother? How you doing? Do 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 do. Making sure everything is ready to go here, everybody. Everybody, everybody. What's going on, Carlos? What's going on, Steve? What's going on, Salty? What's going on, Josh? Adam, what's going on? Oh, goodness. Angie, what's going on? I'm excited for tonight. Tonight's going to be fun. As you guys can see, we've got the NFL Bourbon Draft. It's ready. That's right. It's a lot different than we used to do it, and I'm excited. I'm excited. We've got the Cedar Ridge Barrel Proof Single Barrel, Double Barrel, Private Select, poured in yours truly glass. Oh, man. We'll get this going. Probably start the draft around 8:10. Get some more heads in the chat. Excited. It's gonna be a fun one. What's everybody drinking tonight? Mm. That's right, Adam. Go Birds. Go Birds. Trying to figure out. Okay, there we go. I got the chat on my phone. I got this all up on my computer screen. This is going because we're gonna have, as you guys can imagine, share my screen, share. See, we're gonna have the wheel spinner that is it not sharing the screen? What's going on here? What happened? Is it sharing? Okay, yeah, it's sharing. Okay. So we've got all 32 bottles that I selected from my collection that are in the proof range that we all decided on from the Patreons. All on that. And I got the draft board ready to go. So I'm going to start my screen right now so that we can get some more people in here. Oh, Carlos, you're drinking the Blue Nut Honey Rye Cask. Is that the 2025 release or the 2024 release? All right, Robert, sipping some Stellum. I like it. I like it. The 2025. I've heard some pretty good things about the rye release this year for the honey. Got to drive later, so no pours for me, but here to support. I love it, Chris. I love the support. I love the support. You guys can see everything on here, right? Properly? Or is it, I mean, I wanted a bigger board but this was the biggest one that we had, and I didn't have the time to go out and buy a bigger one. Are you talking about the Georgia Heartwood? Man, that is a good bottle. It really is. Start this up in about 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody's day going? Mine was a little hectic, and then the rest of the week is a little hectic too. Got the baptism on Sunday, and we got a lot of stuff to get ready for the baptism because of the party afterwards. And it's just a hectic week. And thank God I was able to take off this week. Make sure you guys drop the like while you're in here. Helps get this out to the interwebs and the whiskey tube so that everybody can possibly come in and join, have a little fun on this live stream here. Do you know Nulu? I do know Nulu. I only have one bottle of Nulu though. It's just not my favorite thing that I've had. I think I have the SLB pick, and it's just not my favorite jam in the world. That's for sure. Mark said, "Holy crap! So sorry for being late. I was redirecting the Cedar Ridge pick to the local UPS store because I won't be home." No worries there, Mark. We didn't even start the draft yet. Didn't even start the draft. Let's drop the link in the Discord, get some more folks in here, as well as waiting for some more YouTube friends. Cheers, Henry. How you doing today, buddy? What's the draft? I'm new. Raphael, what's going on, buddy? Glad you are here. So the draft is we do every single year. This is the fourth year now, I think, or the third. I can't quite remember. But what we do is we have all 32 NFL teams, and then we have 32 bottles that get put into a pool, and we spin a random wheel. And whatever team, so we're going to start and go by alphabetical order this year, and say Arizona is the first draft, obviously, right? They're the first one. We spin the wheel, and they might land on the Rock Hill Farms. That is their bourbon for the for the season. So what we do is we do a couple of blinds, and we do head-to-heads, and say Arizona goes up against Dallas with the Rock Hill Farms and Barrel Bourbon Batch 36. If Barrel Bourbon Batch 36 beats out the Rock Hill Farms, then Arizona loses the season. It's a one and done kind of thing. And we see which out of the 32 teams for the final four move on to the Super Bowl, and we do a large blind with that. No, Dallas sucks. I pray to God that Dallas gets, oh God, what do I want Dallas to get? Oh man. I have no bad whiskeys on here, so I can't really be upset with anything. But I hope they get something like the Wild Turkey 8-year Jimmy edition. Something lame, nothing too crazy, right? Happy Tuesday, Sam. All good and fun. All good and fun. I can't wait. I'm gonna have some fun with this. This is gonna be fun. All right, so let's see here. Get in here. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, so we'll start this up in a minute, and we're going to have a little bit of fun with this tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. Sam says, I'm sorry to inform everybody, but the Lions are going to win it this year. You never know. You never know what the wheel wants to spin for your specific team. It's going to be fun. What I'm going to do is, if you want to pick a specific bottle for your team, it's going to be a donation kind of thing. If you donate $25 or more, you get to pick your team and the bottle that they get for the season. $25 or more if you want. And if somebody donates more for their team, then we can swap out the team. So, say Atlanta, if your favorite team is Atlanta and you want them to have the Hard Truth Barrel Proof Rye, you can pick that. But if somebody then donates, say $30 for Atlanta to have the River Roots in Pyre Crust, and Atlanta gets to swap out their pick because donation came in a little bit higher for that team. Now, I don't see that happening a lot tonight. I don't expect it to happen at all. But if you guys are willing to donate, that is how you can go ahead and do so, and we get to have a little bit of fun with the donations with that one there. Let's see here. What the heck did Mark say that got retracted? But this is going to be fun. I'm super, super excited. We're at 8:11. Let's dive into what the whole thing entails. We've got 32 NFL teams. We have 32 different bottles of bourbons that my Patreons went out and selected for me to decide on the proof points from 100 proof up to 125 proof. So we didn't have anything super low and we didn't have anything super, super high. So I went through my entire 180 bottle collection and I selected 32 in that range. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be spinning a wheel that has every single bottle labeled on a wheel wedge. And then we're going to be going alphabetical order for the NFL teams. And whatever bottle they land on is the bottle that they are going to be using throughout the season. Now, the season is going to be on the Patreon only. So I hope you guys want to join in over there. This is just going to be a lot of fun for us over here. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing 2 games a week. So what those games entail is a head-to-head. We'll have 2 teams with their respective pours go head-to-head. Whatever one wins moves on to the next round. Whatever one loses, well, it's a one-and-done kind of thing, and they won't be able to experience the remainder of the season. So let's hop in here and let's go over to our wheel. I'm going to try. How can I? I don't want. I'm turning ads off because I don't know why ads are on. Save. All right. So nobody, if you're getting ads, you shouldn't be getting ads anymore. I don't know why ads are popping up. So if you had gotten ads, I apologize about that. But like I said, if you want to pick and solidify your team's bottle, you can go ahead and donate $25 or more, and you get to pick your team and the bottle that they will have for their corresponding season. So let's go ahead and let's go to share screen with the wheel of names, share. You guys should see me over here on the bottom right here any second now. Yeah, tag Mike. Get Mike in here. Let's get Mike in this. Hopefully I pop up here soon. I don't know what's going on. Come on, come on, come on. It's taking its sweet old time right now, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you can. All right, there we go. All right, I see myself. You see myself. We've got all 32 entries right here, as you can see. And we're just going to start this off right now with Arizona. Arizona is our first team, and let's see what bottle Arizona is picking. Spin this bad boy up right here, right now. Arizona looks like they are going to be getting Barrel Bourbon. That's 36. So let's write that down so we don't forget and cross off Barrel Bourbon batch 36 on our board. So that is our first one. Walk me plank. And I'm excited to see what our next one is going to be. Here we go. Spin the wheel again. Our next team is going to be the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons are up. And it looks like the Atlanta Falcons are going to be getting the Maker's Mark, the keeper. So, Maker's Mark, the keeper for the Atlanta Falcons. Let's get that bad boy there. That's a good bottle for Atlanta. That really is. Where are we at here with the keeper? Here we go. Turn off the applause. Let's see. I got to get rid of the keeper first. Hang on. Get that out of there. Let's see. Customize. Sound. Stop the sound. Volume 0. There we go. Okay. Now you shouldn't hear any sound. Shouldn't hear any sound. So yeah, all right. So next up, we've got the Baltimore Ravens. Let's see who the Baltimore Ravens are going to be selecting. Baltimore Ravens are selecting. Oh man, that was close. The Blue Note Honey. Now that is the Blue Note Honey bourbon. So Baltimore Ravens have Blue Note Honey. Write that down. Cross that bad boy off. I always have to find it here. Where did I put this stuff? Blue Note Honey, and then I did cross off the other one. All right. So walk the plank. You turned off the wheel sounds, but not. Goodness gracious me. Customize. After you spin, there we go. Volume 0 should be off now. Okay, let's just double check what the last one was. All right, okay, cool. Should be good now. Sorry about that. Oh, man. All right. Next up, we've got the Buffalo Bills. That was a great game the other night, Buffalo and the Ravens. That was, I mean, Josh Allen is a beast. So is Lamar Jackson, but we all know who the better team is. The Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are going to be selecting a heavy hitter, it looks like, for 100 proofer. Rock Hill Farms. Don't be surprised at that sleeper right there. Rock Hill for Buffalo. Not too bad. Not the worst pick that they could have gotten. That's for sure. Rock Hill Farms is right there. All right. I missed a goodness gracious. You guys are during the spin. Here we go. All right. Okay. All right. Now you guys, you get the click, but you don't have the clap. Game. It really was the game of the year, David. It really, really was. All right. So next up, we've got the Carolina Panthers. A crappy team could get a good bourbon here. Let's find out. Well, we do have bourbons and rising here. I just keep saying bourbon, but could be getting a good whiskey here. Let's see what they get. And that looks to be the exact case. They've got the Conviction Naranja. Now, that's a great bottle of whiskey right there. Conviction Naranja. And let's cross that bottle out before we forget, ladies and gentlemen. Where do I have that bottle at? Conviction Naranja. There we go. All right. Walk the plank. That's a great bottle. That is a great bottle. Some people here may have the clap. Oh, God, you are something else. You guys are something else. All right, let's spin the wheel again. Our next team is the Chicago Bears, who just for some reason always shit the bed. And they shit the bed last night against the Vikings. And it's the Bears, right? It's what you expect from them. But the Bears seem to be getting a pretty darn good pick here with Barrel Bourbon Batch 37. That's a good pick for them. Barrel 037. So that's our two barrel, or we have one more barrel option on there. Two more. The Barrel Ice Wine and the Barrel Bourbon New Year 2025. But our next team is the Cincinnati Bengals. Oh, Adam donated $20 for the Eagles to have the Empire Crust. All right. So we've got the Philadelphia Eagles going with in Piewee crust. Where are we at here? Where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we? Where? River Roots in Piewee crust. Philadelphia Eagles in pie. All right. Thank you very much, Adam. That was very generous of you. And you have selected what the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be selecting. So let's get that in pie we crust out of the way so that nobody else lands on it. Where do I have that bottle at? There it is. All right. And we're doing the Cincinnati Bengals in 3, 2, 1. Cincinnati Bengals are going to be going with the Bardstown Single Barrel Rye. That's a great pick for them. Bardstown Rye. Wow. That is a heavy hitter for the Cincinnati Bengals. That really is. That is a great pick. Bardstown is where Bardstown Single Barrel Rye. There we go. It is gone. It is off of the board. That's a bottle that could go all the way. Next up, the Cleveland Browns, who for some reason know how to lose a game for allowing 7 yards in the second half. And it wasn't like they played bad on offense. For whatever reason, they just don't know how to have a kicker. They don't know how to do special teams. It's a very sad and pathetic organization. And I'm sorry if you're a Browns fan, but hopefully here on the NFL Bourbon Draft with the Everyday Drinker, if you're a Browns fan, they get a good team. We're going to find out here right now. They're going to get the Bardstown High Wheat, which could go pretty far. I don't see it going super far, but that's 2 Bardstowns down in a row. Bardstown High Wheat. I mean, it's not a bad pick, but I just don't think it's going to be the pick of the century. Yeah, so it is what it is for the Browns. Now it's time for Dallas. And if anybody wants to donate for Dallas to get a crappy bottle on here, or if you want to donate to see Dallas gets a good bottle, that's up to you. I'm going to sip my Cedar Ridge pick here. And if there's anybody not in the Patreon, I would drop the link for this in a little bit for anybody in this that's just a YouTube watcher that's enjoying this, but wants to pick up the Cedar Ridge pick. If you're in the live stream, I will drop the link for this with the password to buy a bottle in a couple of minutes because it's going quick. We have a couple cases left. Drops for the public on Friday. But if you're here early, you get a little bit of early access, and it's a darn good pour. You see, the High Wheat is really solid for the money. It really, really is. But going up against a couple of these other bottles that have already been selected, I just don't think it's going to cut the cake. But here we go. Dallas Cowboys are up, and let's see who them stinking dirty cowgirls are going to be selecting. We've got the Dallas Cowboys selecting. Knob Creek 12. That's not bad. That's not a bad pick. That definitely could go a decent distance. We've got the Knob Creek 12. So any Dallas fan out there should be happy with that selection. It's not the worst selection in the world. It's really not. Knob Creek 12 is down here. And as you guys can see, this is live. There's no way I can do funny business with this, which I was accused of last year with the Eagles getting Weller foolproof. As you guys can see, there is no funny business happening. You're here watching this and enjoying this with me. Next up, we've got the Denver Broncos, who it's a team that I've got do I like them? Do I not like them? I don't know. But here we go. Let's see who they're getting. Oh, they're going to be getting a darn good pick here with the Barrel Ice Wine. Okay. Denver's got a Denver's got a good bottle here. Barrel ice wine. As you guys know, that's one of my favorites from this year, and it drinks so good. It is such a good pour. And I know a lot of you guys out there like that bottle as well. But let's get rid of that one off of the table. Next up, we've got the Detroit Lions, and I don't know who said the Detroit Lions were going to win it all, but it could be a good bottle, could be a bad bottle. I've got no idea, but we're going to find out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Detroit Lions are selecting the JD Toasted. That's the Jack Daniel's Heritage Toasted Barrel. That's not a bad pick. JD Toast Id. It's not a bad pick whatsoever for the Detroit Lions. All right. Walk the plank. Yes, and it's not a bad pick. That's really not. Next up, we've got the Green Bay Packers, who I think don't even deserve to be on this because they already got a pick, but they lost a bunch of picks. They got Micah Parsons, and to me, I'm happy for them, but and I'm happy that we don't have to play Micah Parsons twice a year now. But the Green Bay Packers are going to be selecting the Ironclad Coffee Finish Bourbon. Now, that is an interesting bottle because this bottle right here, and it's a 375 bottle, and this bottle is coming in at 118 proof. If you don't know what this is, it's a Vessel Craft coffee cask, bourbon finished in coffee barrels, handcrafted and bottled by Ironclad Distillery in Newport News, Virginia. They sent this to me a while ago. I did a couple of reviews with things and blinds with that, and it's an interesting pour. It's not my absolute favorite, but I wonder how it's going to fare as a full blind and not knowing that I'm going to be having like a coffee finished whiskey. But they got Ironclad coffee, and that was for Green Bay. Ironclad coffee finish. All right, walk the plank. Get that bad boy out of there. We've got the Houston Texans, who to me are a huge disappointment as a organization, only because they don't produce what they should. And for the Houston Texans, they're going to be getting the 13th Colony Cask Strength Rye. Now, that's a darn good pick for them. The 13th Colony Cask Rye. That's a good pick. That's a solid pick for the Houston Texans. Now, where I always forget what there it is. This is number 1. That was the first bottle I picked for this entire ordeal. Now, we've got the Indianapolis Colts, and Danny Dimes is showing us after 1 week, that the New York Giants are just a befuddled, unorganized organization that should not be in the NFL. They should be in the CFL, or they should be in the NCAA, because they just don't care about anybody, or their players. And it's an absolute atrocity that the New York Giants are one of the worst organizations in the entire NFL. And Danny Dimes is dropping dimes and doing something that has never been done before in the Super Bowl era, and scoring points on every single drive in a regular season game. Didn't even have to do victory formation, because you know what he went out and did? He scored points on that final drive. Here we go. Let's see what the Indianapolis Colts select. The Indianapolis Colts are selecting a darn delicious pour right there. The Conviction Single Barrel. That's so good. Conviction Single Barrel. I love that pick for the Indianapolis Colts. Conviction Single Barrel. There we go. Conviction Single Barrel is off the board. Walk the plank there, that bad boy. All right. Go back in for another sip. I'm talking too much. Watching the Phillies right now, beating the Mets 4-0. It's the top of the 7th. I love seeing it. I love seeing it. FTM. If you guys know what that means. FTM. Chris, who is a Giants fan, says, give Danny Dimes a week. He'll be back to Danny Pennies. We'll see about that. But I forgot to say the team. We've got the Jacksonville Jaguars selecting Russell's reserve 13-year. Now, that's interesting because I don't know how well that's going to fare. It could do good. It could do bad. But Jacksonville Jaguars have selected the Russell's reserve 13-year Bourbon. That's off the board. We are on pick 16, and we've got the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's one of those teams that I'm just not a big fan of. I used to be a fan of them, but they're just on the table too much, and I just can't stand them. And they're going to be selecting. Let's see here. Who do the Kansas City Chiefs get? They are getting the old Fitzgerald 7-year. That's, that is an okay pick. It's not the best. So I'm happy that the Kansas City Chiefs got somewhat of a crappy pick, but it's not the worst pick that they could have gotten. I'm just happy they didn't get anything that's super high proof. So walk the plank. Get out of here, KC. And we've got 15 picks to go because, well, the Philadelphia Eagles bottle was selected by Adam, and they selected the in pie we crust. We've got up next the Las Vegas Raiders, formerly known as, just a crap organization that, after they moved to Vegas and left Oakland, I just don't know if they have it in them to be something of relevance. But who knows? Geno Smith might bring them some good luck this year. And the Las Vegas Raiders are selecting. Are they getting the Limestone Farms? Are they? They are getting the Limestone Farms. And as you guys might know, that private select bottle is dynamite. So the Vegas Raiders just got an absolute bomb of a bottle. Limestone private. That is a steal. That's an absolute bomb. Wow. Okay. All right. Whew. All right. Oh, okay. Chris with the $20 donation saying he wants the New York Giants to have the Maker's Mark Lost recipe. So, New York Giants have selected the Maker's Mark Lost recipe. And that, you definitely picked a good bottle there for them. I don't know if it's the best bottle that you could have picked, but it's a darn good one. And Chris, I appreciate that donation. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. So let's get the Maker's Mark Lost recipe off of the table so that nobody else can pick it. And so we've had 2 donations tonight. Thank you, both of you, Ryan and Chris, for picking your team selective bottles. So that means we've got the LA Chargers coming up next. Bolt up. Justin Herbert, to me, is one of those QBs that is going to light up opposing defenses. But if he gets flustered, he kind of crumbles a little bit. And we see that in the playoffs. But what he did against the Kansas City Chiefs on Friday in Sao Paulo, Brazil, was absolutely spectacular. And I loved watching the Kansas City Chiefs lose. So here we go. LA Chargers coming up next with the pick. Let's see who they're going with. I loved the Lost recipe too, Adam. I really did. It was a darn good pick. Okay, they're getting the Wild Turkey 8-year Jimmy Russell. That's one of those bottles that, I don't know if it was a good pick or a bad pick, but hey, Wild Turkey 8-year Jimmy. They got the Jimmy Himmy. It's for what it is. I do think that where is it at? Golly, Wild Turkey 8-year Jimmy. I think that the 8-year release that came out this year rather than what the Jimmy Russell's release was last year, I think that you're getting the same stuff. You're getting the same juice. And it is what it is. You got to go with it. And it's cheaper, the 8-year rather than the Jimmy. I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments. What do you think? What do you think? But we've got next up the LA Rams, who I think if the Eagles don't make it a far run in the playoffs, I do think that the Rams have the potential to go to the Super Bowl and win this year for the NFC. And I myself, I've always been a Stafford fan, and I think that he could possibly do it. But you never know. Here we go. Let's see who the LA Rams select. LA Rams are going to be getting the Jack Daniels 12-year. All right. That's an interesting pick. It's a good one, or is it a bad one? I don't know. 107 proof. It could fare well for them. It's a nice proof point, somewhere low mid of what this proof point thing what the criteria has to offer. Just double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we've got 11 entries left. I haven't messed anything up so far, which is impressive if I say so myself. But we've got the Miami Dolphins, the Tua concussion by Loa team. I think Tua needs to retire. I really do. But let's see who the Miami Dolphins pick. It looks like they're going to be selecting early times Bottled and Bond. That fits the Dolphins perfectly, in my personal opinion, as a great bottle for what it is, but it doesn't have the power to overcome the other obstacles. And those other obstacles are obviously the other teams in the NFL. And I see that bottle maybe winning 1 round, but I don't see it winning 2. Here we go. Tua turned the ball over. I like that one. Oh, God. All right, here we go. Next up, we've got the Minnesota Vikings, who I thought were an absolute, crapshoot yesterday going up against the Bears. I picked the Bears to win. And J.J. McCarthy came out in the fourth quarter and started to ball out. He didn't look like an NFL QB in the first 3 quarters, but going into that fourth quarter, he kind of settled down a little bit, started hitting some of his passes, and let's see who the Minnesota Vikings are selecting. It looks like they are going to be going with the 13th Colony 113 Maple Finish Bourbon. And that's a good pour for what it is. 13th Colony 113 is off the board. 13th Colony 113. So next up, we've got the New England Patriots, and I know we've got a couple of Patriots fans out there. I'm not the biggest Patriots guy. I know that they don't have Tom Brady anymore, but still it kind of stings and hurts me a little bit. But here we go. The New England Patriots, their pick for the 2025 NFL Bourbon Draft goes to the Eric LeGrand single barrel. Well, the first release that he had, this bottle right here, this was a single barrel coming in at 104 proof. They are now releasing single barrels that are barrel proof, and they are absolutely incredible for what they are. So here we go. New England got the Eric LeGrand. Let's cross that bad boy off. Eric LeGrand is where? All right. Eric LeGrand is off the board. We're doing another video with Eric LeGrand here at the end of September. I think it's September 22nd. Me and one of the founding members of the Central Jersey River Society are going to do a video with Eric at his coffee shop, and we're going to be drinking some whiskey and having a grand old time and filming a video or 2 for you guys. I'm super excited for that. But enough of that. We've got the New Orleans Saints. The New Orleans Saints. New Orleans. How do you say it? For me, I feel like I say New Orleans a little bit more than like New Orleans. I don't know if that's like a slang term or whatever, like just like whatever weird people say, but I say New Orleans, but they are going to be getting the Hard Truth Rye. It's a good pick for New Orleans. Hard Truth Rye. Hard Truth Rye. That's a good bottle. I love that bottle so much. Hard Truth Rye is where? It was number 3. There we go. All right. So, Walk the Plank Hard Truth. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bottles left, 7 teams left. And we've got another atrocity up next. We've got the New York freaking Jets. And as a football fan, I sit back and I always just feel bad for the Jets. The green, the bleed green in me as an Eagles fan, I feel like I have to like the Jets because they're an AFC team. They don't have anything against me. You know, I can't like the Green Bay Packers, but I can like the New York Jets because they're green. I love Breece Hall. Breece Hall to me is an absolute stud. But everything else about the Jets, it just feels so Jets-like to lose to the Steelers the way they did. I felt like they played such a good game of football. To lose like they did, absolutely atrocious. But the New York Jets are selecting the ironclad Old Colonel. That's a good pick. Jets just end the season. I like it. I like it. We have a good friend of ours that is moving out of our building. That's a huge Jets fan, and he's moving down to Florida. But huge Jets fan, and I just don't know. He doesn't know what this season has to entail, and nobody does. So, ironclad Old Colonel for the Jets. That's not a bad pick. That's a 100 proof bottle of bourbon. Good riddance to that guy. Mark, as a Patriots fan, you don't have any worry about the Jets. You don't. You don't have anything to worry about with the Jets. Where's the ironclad? Where is it? There it is. All right. Walk the plank. We've got 6 picks left, and our next team up is the Pittsburgh freaking Steelers. And if my wife was here, she would say that they need the worst bottle on the list because she absolutely hates the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Mark, your team, I don't know what it was about your team, but they were so vanilla. But the Pittsburgh Steelers are selecting the Weller Foolproof Circle Liquors pick. That's a darn good pick, in my personal opinion. That is a well-earned pick. Weller Foolproof Circle Liquors. It's not a bad pick. It's not a bad pick. Kind of upset about that pick going to the Steelers, but hey, it is what it is. You got to walk the plank, though. What team is going to get the Cedar Ridge? I entered this into this year's NFL Bourbon Draft. What team is going to get this? We have it's still on the board. Is it going to be the Washington freaking Commanders? I sure hope not. The only team that I think deserves to have this pick on this board, I hate the Niners. I could give a rat's ass about the Seattle Seahawks. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, if they weren't good and had the Eagles number, I would say they deserve it. Tennessee, I feel like deserves to have it. And Washington, I freaking hate the Commanders. I absolutely hate them. But here we go. Next up, we've got the San Francisco 49ers selecting, and they're going to be getting the Russell's Private Select, the Central Jersey Bourbon Society pick. All right. So that is for the San Francisco 49ers. Russell's Private. Not a bad pick. It's a good. That's another good one that could be a sleeper pick because it's coming in at 110 proof. It's right there in that middle happy spot for what this criteria is. And I feel like it could go a long way. And that bottle is absolutely delicious. It comes in at 9 years, was dumped on or distilled 10/28/15, and then dumped and bottled 12/12/24, as you guys can probably see on that label there. It's a really cool one. Cool little sticker on the side there. But nonetheless, it's a good bottle that they got. Is it the best? Not so much, but we're going to find out what the Seattle Seahawks are going to be mustering up here in this next pick for the Seahawks. We've got there it is. It's off the board. The Seattle Seahawks have selected the Cedar Ridge Everyday Drinker pick. It's not bad. It's not bad. Cedar Ridge EDD. That is off the board. Cedar Ridge. Nope, wrong one. Oops. That one's not off the board. The Cedar Ridge Barrel Proof is still there. But the Cedar Ridge Single Barrel is not there anymore. So next up, we've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And let's see who they're going to be selecting with 3 picks left. Looks like the Tampa Bay Bucks are going to be getting the Barrel New Year. I love the 2025 Barrel New Year. Barrel New Year 2025. Gone before you even know it. Where did I put that bottle at? Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. All these lines, man, I feel like I'm starting to get a little crazy. So walk the plank. We've got two picks left. The Tennessee Titans and the Washington freaking Commanders. With one spin, we know what each team is going to be getting. And here we go. In 3, 2, 1. The Tennessee Titans are going to be selecting the Cedar Ridge Barrel Proof, and the Washington Commanders are getting the Pipe Dream, the Redwood Empire. Redwood Pipe. And I feel like the Washington Commanders have gotten a pretty darn good pour there with that pick. And with that, we have all 32 teams selecting a bottle. And yeah, there you guys have that's what we've got going on here. I'm gonna try and get this a little closer for you. Move this camera a little bit so you guys can see what each team has selected a little bit closer if you can't see yet. Goodness gracious me, this camera's stuck. Trying to get this down. It's really not going down for me. There we go. All right, here and over. Now, as you guys can see, that is the board. Move it over a little bit more. Barrel New Year is always, always, always a good pour. That is for sure. Now, here's one thing I will, like I said, if you want to pick your team's bottle, I'll leave you guys with this here. I'll end this stream at 9 o'clock. But if you want to donate and change a bottle for a bottle, go ahead and donate, and we will swap bottles for 2 teams. I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to try and link the Cedar Ridge pick here real quick while we're here for whoever does not have it. Copy link. Chat. Paste. Password. Swisher. Angie, the Chargers got the Wild Turkey 8-year Jimmy 101. Now, it's a good pick, but it's not the best. There were a bunch of really good picks on that board, but it is what it is. Todd, go Birds. That is for sure. For sure. I'm try and get this back down here. As you guys can see, there was Winston, little Winnie Pop, being a good boy. I'm gonna turn this seat around here real quick. I'm gonna sit down and enjoy myself. Enjoy the rest of this pour with ya. How's that sound, guys? All right. Here we are. Phillies are crushing the Mets right now. I'm stoked about that. You guys know, huge Phillies fan. But we've got a couple of fun things dropping here on the channel. Tomorrow's video is 5 bottles of bourbons that you should always have. Friday's video is best fall sippers. Keynote goes to the Cedar Ridge pick. We've got, what else? Next week, hopefully going to try and get a hunt video in or two. I know you guys enjoy the hunt videos. I enjoy making them. It's just difficult going to and trying to find different stores that I have not been to in Jersey. So I got to try and venture out and maybe like New York, maybe go into like Long Island or something, going to PA. Talked back and forth with a couple of patrons that live in PA, trying to do a little hunting with them. Maybe go down to Delaware, maybe take a trip down to Maryland. I don't know. That's a far hike for me where I am in Jersey, but we got plans. We got plans to have a little bit of fun here in the tail end of 2025. And it's going to be fun. I'm excited, very, very excited for the remainder of what this year has to offer. And I got to thank again, Adam and Chris for the donations, for picking their 2 teams' respective bottles. It's going to be a fun bourbon kind of extravaganza. The NFL Bourbon Madness, like I said, is going to be on the Patreon only. So I am going to grab that link here for you guys to go and check that out, because over there we're doing a lot more over there. I've been very, very active on the Patreon, trying to give those guys over there a little bit more, because they deserve more, because they're spending a little bit of money to support me and the channel. And if you want to support me with a little bit of your hard-earned income, you deserve a little bit more from me. So if you want to check that link out that I just posted, that is the Patreon link, and that helps support me and the channel like you wouldn't believe. You get to see this entire ordeal, because I'm not going to be posting the head-to-heads on the main YouTube. It's just going to be on the Patreon. Maybe I will have some YouTube shorts and stuff like that with this what this entails, but I feel like the Patreons deserve to have their own little series, and this is going to be that. So, nonetheless, I think with that, if you guys have any questions for me, go ahead and leave them in the comments, but I think we'll probably end this by 9 o'clock. It's been an absolute blast, and I enjoyed this like you wouldn't believe. And go ahead and take a picture of that so that you can remember what team has what bottle, because I know I'm probably going to forget, and hopefully this doesn't get erased. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions, go ahead, put them in the comments. If you want me to do a quick blind comparison with 2 bottles, I'll do that, but probably end this thing nice and quick and to the point. Sitting here enjoying watching the Phillies beat the Mets 1-7 right now. It's a great score. That's such a good one. Angie, love getting to catch you while I do some work, my friend. Angie, I'm so happy and glad that you joined. Salty Mark already made a list. I love it. Chris said, what frequency do you plan on doing these videos at? So I plan on doing the Super Bowl like I did last year on the Super Bowl weekend, probably that Friday or Saturday, uploading that video. So I want to probably do 1 or 2 head-to-heads a week. Not doing the 4 that I did, because if I do 1 or 2 a week, I think that would probably put me into having the Super Bowl on that. I think it's the Super Bowl is the 14th, which is Valentine's Day this year. So yeah, I plan on doing at least 1, maybe even 2 a week, head to heads. Angie said, I look forward to the future picks since cash is a bit tight for this round. No worries. No worries. Mark said, not me. That's Paulo and Excel sheets. Yeah, Paulo is incredible with the Excel sheets. That is for darn sure. Oh, man. Oh, what a fun night. I enjoy these so much. I enjoy just sitting here talking with you guys, getting to drink. This one had a little bit of what is it? Substance to it with the draft. Don't get to do this every month. We have to do this once a year, and I think we're going to make the draft a live stream, an annual live stream every single year. Maybe next year the Bourbon Madness will be on the YouTube again, but this year, like I said, I want to do it for the patrons only. But ladies and gentlemen, I think we'll probably end this right here, right now. Seems like a couple people are starting to head out and enjoy their evenings with their significant others and their children when they go to bed. And I think I myself am going to enjoy the rest of the Phillies game, probably fall asleep because I got an early morning tomorrow for the rest of the week because it's Angelo's baptism on Sunday. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed this. If you did, make sure you drop that like, smash that subscribe button. If you haven't already, check the link that I posted in the chat with the Patreon and also with the Cedar Ridge pick with the password to enter if you have not bought it already. But ladies and gentlemen, have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday evening. Until next time, this has been Nathan, the Everyday Drinker. Cheers.